User profile activated.
Welcome to the all-new BBC AI player.
Your remaining weekly content allowance is 28 minutes.
Please enter your chosen parameters for content generation.
Performer, Damien /
Ethnicity, white. Gender, male. Hair, bald. Attractiveness rating, 5. Special ability, voice.
Please select your genre.
Audio sketch comedy.
Please select your content types.
Select all. You chose option.
Select all.
Continuing with this option is not advised.
Generative sketch comedy output protocol for entertainment purposes only.
Loading all content.
Please wait.
Due to previous violations linked to this account, your activity and content choices have been restricted. Please re-verify the biometric identity passport link to this account to gain full access. Did you know, fully verified users with a social credit score of 80 or higher are now granted ad-free content and double the weekly content allowance? Would you like to verify? You have selected no.
This is Middle-Aged Men Moving Around 2, the brand new album, featuring the global smash hit, Dad Getting Up From a Sofa.
Okie dokie do.
And the biggest single of 2023, 55-year-old picking a sock off the floor.
Yeah, you bastard!
And exclusive to Spotify customers, bloke climbing out of the bath.
Oh my god.
Middle-Aged Men Moving Around 2, the brand new album, out now. Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with Malcolm X, or storming the Kremlin in 1917. Standing up for what you believe in, it's a way of life. Fighting for what is right is what makes you who you are. That's why at Meta, we've developed Activist Universe VR, empowering you to be there on the front lines of change, doing your part for social justice and progress, standing side by side with every movement from the comfort of your own home. In the metaverse, you can feel your voice count with a library of over 6,000 customizable grievance flags and picket signs to choose from, and a personalized avatar to match and embody your favorite oppressed identities. From naked feminist cycle rides to activist occupation zones with interactive communities, it's time to take it to the streets, online in real time, with all your fellow agents for change. In a fully immersive world of direct political action, whilst meeting the need for you and your cohabiting relations to feel safe. See the change you want to be. Meta.
Loading all content.
I'm Xavier Landing, and this is my privilege. As a passionate climate activist and freelance vegan freelancer, the incoming global climate Armageddon is, yes, horrific, but it's also an amazing opportunity to show other people that I care about the climate more than them. For most of my life, I recycled, biked everywhere, and keyed people's Land Rovers. I always believed I was doing my bit. But just 3 weeks ago, I experienced a radical awakening. As I sat typing out an ecstatic dancing guide on my digital notepad, watching the sunlight pour through the windows of my local gales, I began to have what I believed to be an anxiety attack about someone in my polycule potentially being my sister-in-law. But then something extraordinary happened. As the sunlight bounced off my upcycled vape like a solar flare, a scary Guardian article I'd read a day before beamed into my frontal lobe, causing me to experience a horrifying vision. Immediately shaking and beading with caffeine sweats, I saw the end of all things. Our grandchildren running through fields of flames, floodwaters as high as mountains drowning our cities, the bones of polar bears falling like snow on the ocean floors of the Arctic. The warmth on my face from the windows became excruciatingly hot to the point that I screamed in terror, "No, no, 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 no!" Making a middle-aged woman to the right of me drop her oat banana smoothie as she became immediately possessed with existential terror. I looked down at my fist, gluten-free dough bursting through my knuckles from rage. And there it was, my epiphany. A final judgment for the sins of man was upon us. Cardinal carbon crimes bestowed on us from birth. So I knew I must become the mission. Become the change I want to see, and force everyone else to do the same. In that moment, I, a son of Gaia, decided to become a climate alarmist. I'm Xavier Landing, and this is my privilege.
Ooh.
excuse me, you go ahead.
Cheers, mate. Oh, don't worry about her. She might look like a bruiser, but she's a big softie, really. Aren't you, Babs? Yeah, go on.
Gorgeous. How old?
She's 2 now. Don't worry, she don't hurt. A bite's much worse than a bite, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, it's fine. I've just had these washed, so I've got to watch out. Beautiful colours, though.
Hey?
I mean, her coats. It's the beautiful black and white patterns.
Lisa,
Gorgeous.
all right, Lisa, get out of it. Sorry, mate, get out of it, I said, Lisa.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's quite painful, actually. I might need your help here, sir.
Nah, don't worry, mate. Big softie she is, just play.
What kind of dog is she?
Well, she's a bit of Japanese toes, her cross with a bully.
Well, very strong draws, eh?
Oh, yeah. Strong as an ox, you know. Bred for taking down wild game, they are. But this one don't usually break the skin if you wear a nice thick trowel.
Yes, she's got my whole leg now. You haven't got a lead you could put in her, do you?
Yeah, try, mate. Calm down. You're making it worse.
Thank you so much. It's just I really need my leg to walk, and I'm a little bit worried it's going to come off.
Nah, you're all right, mate. She's a big softie, I'm telling you.
Yes, I think the blood might be making her a little bit excited.
Yeah, you don't want to get her wound up with your blood like that, pal. You're asking for
Please,
trouble.
if you could. I'm in a great deal of pain. Got to get a move on.
Not a dog bloke, are you?
Help! No, I love dogs, actually. Got one myself.
Oh, yeah? What you got?
A chocolate lab?
She's just playing, mate. Calm yourself. Big softie, I'm telling
It's
you.
just that I think I'm maybe being a little bit eaten alive here. I really do have to get a move on.
You know, they've got a really bad name, this type of dog, but actually, it's how you raise them, do you know what I mean? Bad owner, bad dog. You're scaring her now, yeah? You're acting bonkers.
Sorry, I think I might be going into shock.
She's a big softie.
Well, nice to meet you. Cheerio!
See you later, mate.
Welcome to the likes of us. Today, I'm in Willesden Green, North London, meeting Joseph and Haz, 2 passionate members of the UK's live-action roleplay community, preparing to attend a major LARPing event in St Albans. Hi, Martin. You must be Haz and Joseph. Hello. Greetings, minion. Please come into our humble abode.
Hello!
So, Haz, Joseph, how long have you been LARPing for? We've been LARPing now for the last 5 years, I think.
Well, more like 6 if you count the online stuff.
Pretty big players now, but, within the first 2 years we've levelled up pretty fast.
Well, thanks to your spear skills.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, we gained a lot of early mana thanks to the ice spells.
Nobody was ready for those.
And then we had to fight to get a membership.
Which we won.
And how did you win that particular fight? Ice blast, ice blast, ice blast.
Ice barrier.
Ice barrier also, yes, excuse me.
Frost strike.
Not sure there was a frost strike, actually.
I think you'll find there was a frost strike from the Forest Maze Girl.
Oh, right, yeah. But I think you'll find them talking about us, not the other team. So...
Yes, but her frost strike hit the paladin, hence giving you the spear strike.
I think you'll find that the paladin in question was Divine Shield immune at the time, hence the frost strike was deflected, at which point I engaged in a shield charge.
Okay, and you all live in the same flat, so how many of you are living in this flat?
Well, we've got Joseph, me, Craig, Bella and Rhiann.
And you're all on the same LARPing team?
Well, technically, yes, we are all elven, except Craig. Bella is Craig's real-life girlfriend, but she is my maiden queen during the LARP, and Rhiann is Joseph's wife.
Sorry, during the LARP or...? Strictly during the LARP.
And what about in real life? In RL, Rhiann and I are in a open relationship.
Right, okay, I see. But Joseph isn't part of that?
No.
I am.
If we are LARPing, yes.
Yeah, but only during the LARP.
Well, it depends. Sometimes LARPing can happen randomly at home. It's part of the hobby, really.
I see. So sometimes Joseph and Rhiann will be together at home if they're in character?
Yes, but, we try to keep it to practice only.
And is that why you say that you're in an open relationship?
No, that's just in RL.
So you both get to date other people?
But Rhiann is seeing other people in real life, yeah.
Are they from the LARPing community as well, or...?
I believe so, yes.
Well, she's seeing Gwilhelm at the moment.
Who's Gwilhelm?
Well, he owns a LARPing community in St Albans and he's a massive YouTuber.
He's not that big.
Well, it's 700,000 subs, isn't it? It's quite a lot.
Anyway, Rhiann is seeing Gwil, but this doesn't cause any rivalry during the LARP.
Well,
absolutely not.
You really don't want to mess with a man's fireball.
And Rhiann, will she be around today? Can we meet her?
I believe Rhiann is in St Albans doing an embroidery course at the moment.
I thought she was working in the zoo.
So if Rhiann is in St Albans, do you think there's a chance that she might be seeing Gwilhelm today?
Sure.
Joseph?
'Tis futile to resist, weakling. Thy defeat is nigh.
I shall stand as his unwavering shield, even unto death.
Guys, if you wouldn't mind, could we carry on with the interview? There's no need to...
Yeah. On guard, foul ogre. Denied.
Guys, can I...
Victory is mine, yet thou hast proven thy mettle.
Has anyone seen my keys? I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, put them on the kitchen table.
Want anything from Tesco?
Doritos, please, tangy cheese.
Already got those on the list.
Paladin charge!
No, not anymore.
I am sorry. Your content credit score is too low. In order to access your content, please enjoy these commercials to gain more credits. Your weekly content allowance preview is now available on the main interface.
Tonight on Dave.
Comedians, fix bayonets!
Join the UK's favourite comedians. As you've never seen them before. I don't like this. As we drop the comedy bomb.
Looks like one of your farts after a Nando's.
And get a bit rowdy.
Hey, that was close. Nearly had my eye out with that.
Finding the funny.
Enemy spotted!
That's what your mum said last night.
In the most unlikely of places.
Right, so our first challenge is get from here to that clearing without stepping on a ladder.
Dave's Comedians in a War Zone. Tonight at 9, only on Dave. Catch up on Dave OD.
Loading all content.
Hello and welcome to the TLS Poetry Festival 2023. And today we have a very special guest joining us here at the Barbican. We all know the clickbait. This one simple trick will amaze you. This sea creature has scientists baffled. And of course the cult classic, when you read these 19 food facts, you'll never eat again. But today we get to meet the man behind the words. Please welcome to the Barbican, internationally renowned and award-winning clickbait writer, Philip de Gaspillage. Philip, an absolute pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Let's start by talking about a huge favourite. Oh my God, she didn't know the camera was there. Regarded as a modern-day classic by many, and indeed, congratulations on 65 million clicks for that very title. I think what we'd all like to know is, where does it all come from?
Well, yes, there's no denying it was a very popular piece, but the truth is I was in a truly miserable, wretched state at the time of writing it. Cigarettes repeatedly, hangovers like psychosis, light up a fag and get straight on the typewriter.
And of course the irony is, the work itself, clickbait, would only ever be seen on the internet via, handsets and computers.
Well, yes, exactly. It's totally backwards, but that's writing. It has to be holistic. It's just pretense.
Perhaps you could take us through the piece or read it to us.
Right, yes, okay. I'll just put these bloody glasses on. OMG. She didn't know the camera was there. Yes, thank you.
And what does this piece mean or say to you?
Well, yes, OMG, as if to say or declare, oh my God, despair, existence, to be alive, to live, the horror of existing at all. Who else can one call to but to God? And then, she didn't know. None of us do. The absurdity of bearing witness to one's own ignorance. And then, of course, the camera was there. I had been reading the Genesis and revisiting the ontological symbolism of Eve, and quite possibly her sexual relationship with the snake. But the subtext, of course, is we've seen her boob, and then I have you. You've clicked.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much.
No.
I'm Xavier Landing, and this is my privilege. To finally become the change I wanted to see, I knew I had to do something extraordinary, and the solution was clear. Once again, I turned to the popular dating app Bumble to connect with and hopefully influence powerful women through the medium of online dating. After matching with an attractive, high-ranking ESG executive at JP Morgan called Rafaela Letts, I arranged for us to meet at an exclusive Grecian-themed cocktail bar in Mayfair to grab a couple of picantes and have a chinwag about carbon credit scores. When Rafaela arrived, I could tell she was someone with the power to make big things happen in the financial world. Winning Rafaela's respect and attraction would be essential to achieving my climate goals. Because without her power to subvert the capitalist system from within, any direct action I could take was basically just screaming into a void I had been screaming into since I was born. Around 4 Dakaris and a bottle of Moët in, Rafaela asked me why I hadn't bothered to wear smart clothing and commented that my personal hygiene was a major obstacle to a positive outcome for both parties. I explained to her that my appearance and putrid scent was the result of a fervent commitment to a net zero lifestyle, and that if she had a problem with my net zero commitments, I would have no problem selling that information to the media. Enamored by my remarks and what she labelled as my feminine idealism about the world, Rafaela said that despite being repulsed by everything I represented, she had always wanted to sleep with a crusty. At this point, I finally revealed to Rafaela that I was in fact armed with several canisters of orange spray paint and a turmeric bomb that I'd fashioned from a femidom and a firecracker the night before. Alarmed and yet apparently also aroused by this revelation, Rafaela pulled me towards her by my Orognite neck charm and kissed me hard, spitting into my throat and grabbing me by the hair. Contrary to my expectations, my plan to vandalize the venue and stage an ad hoc climate protest was, in her own words, a massive inexplicable turn-on. Urging me to just do it, you cuck, Rafaela said that she was going to the toilet to do another bump and expected me to cause as much damage as possible before she got back. I'm Xavier Landing, and this is my privilege.
And now on Sessions Live, it's Bob Dylan with his new single, Warranty Disclaimer Leaflet for a New Washing Machine.
This washing machine disclaimer applies to all models and variants of washing machine manufactured and sold by us. Proper use, the washing machine is designed for domestic use and is only intended for washing clothes and fabric. Proper installation, including plumbing, electrical connections, should be carried out by a qualified professional in accordance with the provided instructions. Regular maintenance such as cleaning the filters, inspecting the hoses should be performed to ensure optimal performance. Please refer to the warranty documentation for further info on the user limitation. The company reserves the right to modify this disclaimer.
Welcome to the Phone Repair Shop, where damaged but precious handsets always makes me nervous with the screens hanging off, are restored to their former glory. When you start taking them apart, you really start to see the slave labourers' craftsmanship that went into making the thing. As lifelong restoration experts come together to work their magic. As requested, I left all the nudes on the hard drive, except for this one, which we've had framed.
Oh, thank you so much.
Preserving irreplaceable smartphones.
These screenshots of Google Maps would have been completely lost forever without you.
As our expert teams restore the beloved devices and unlock the secrets they hold. An old iPhone 4 is a peach of a job for Michael.
You can see all the history in the phone case around this handset. You know, so many skin flakes have circulated in the crevices between the buttons, clogging it up.
Dan finds there's no easy route to reviving a 2004 Motorola Razr.
Unfortunately, I got no choice but to gut this phone completely. And, I hate to lose all of the data, but, I need to get this thing saying Hello Moto again.
And when Richard fixes a BlackBerry 9700 owned by former Prime Minister Tony Blair,
one can only speculate on the type of messages that have been composed on this keypad over the years.
long-lost emails shed a new light on the origins of the mysterious death of Dr. David Kelly, providing a vital missing piece from the 2003 Hutton inquiry.
It seems pretty clear that Tony was gagging for a bit of war.
The first arrival at the phone repair shop is Eloise McDavie from Kent.
You got your hands full, ain't ya?
Bringing in what could be the trickiest restoration yet for smartphone repair expert Michael.
What have we got here then?
It's my iPhone 11 Pro, which is supposed to be a phone, but it's currently lots of bits in a shoebox.
And how did you break it?
Well, last week I got dead drunk and threw it at my husband repeatedly while he was driving because he told me he'd bonked a mixologist in Kiev. The cheek of it!
Ooh, no.
Yeah, and I hit him and it just pops right open.
Right, so it's supposed to look roughly something like this.
Yeah, like an iPhone basically, yeah. And it used to be that screen bit, yeah, it would light up and you could see stuff on it like a TV.
And how long has it been in your possession?
Just under 6 months now.
Wow, that's a long time for an iPhone.
Yeah, I know. It's very close to my heart.
Right, it's a big one. Michael, you think you can save this thing from a one-way trip to WeBuyAnyPhone.com?
I reckon I can have a go, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant, mate.
Dear user, your account has been flagged as potentially malicious by our trust and safety team. Continuing to use the service using a VPN is illegal under UK law and could incur a prison sentence under Article 9 of the Digital Wellbeing and Safety Act 2031. Failing to comply with these terms of service is a violation of the Digital Terrorism Agreement. Cease using this application immediately, or localized interception teams may be dispersed to your location.
Disturbis Spa is a cutting-edge spa experience located in the Pembrokeshire countryside for professionals and enthusiasts looking to enjoy trauma shock therapy to reinvigorate, recharge, and reset their bodies and minds. Being born into happy families with money and access to private healthcare has left many of us cut off from the catharsis and deliverance that only severe trauma can provide. Disturbis Spa is a AAA rated day spa offering over 30 unique traumatic experiences, from getting your wallet stolen at Waitrose to waterboarding, plane crash, and bear attack. All experience levels are tailored to your needs. Disturbis Spa knows that STT therapy offers a richer life to our clients, and with a Trustpilot score of 9.5, most of our clients and customers agree.
Came in Monday, went straight into failing your A-levels, felt amazing. Fast forward to Friday, I'm doing 2 minutes a pop in 9/11. Never felt more alive. Glowing.
I always felt a little bit weird that nothing bad ever happened to me, but now I get it. Wow, life is absolutely horrific, isn't it?
In association with Waitrose, Disturbis Spa invites all customers to jump in and experience the joy of trauma today. And for a limited time, you can get 20% off using the promo code NONONO23. Refresh your mind and soul at Disturbis Spa this summer. Disturbis Spa, a terribly good time.
Loading all content.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Dating Podcast with Semolina and Tangerine. Today we're talking about our biggest dating acts. And for those who don't know, a dating act is something that gives you the ick, the uck, oh my god, I can't. I don't know about you, but I have some really big acts. For me, my biggest act is a guy, when a guy is alive, do you know what I mean? Why are you alive?
Ugh, that is such a red flag. A really big ick for me is just when men are born.
Oh my God,
who gave you the right to be born? It's cringe, yeah, your child is a man. I mean,
oh my God.
Yeah, it really, it's giving me the ick right now. I've got goosebumps
Total
thinking about boys being born.
Such a big ick,
It's so thirsty. It's oh, I have to exist, me.
It's selfish,
it's dude, you've had the microphone for long enough.
Yeah, it's okay, Mr. Entitled.
For me, I guess a really big ick is just when there are men in graveyards.
Oh my God, red flag.
It's just they have to have their piece of land. They have to steal land from indigenous people by laying in it. It's so cringe.
So cringe.
And desperate.
That's actually even worse than when they're eating. Do you know what I mean? That's an act.
It's have you not had enough food up until now in history? You've been eating food for a really long time. Now it's time to close your mouth and give the food to the women in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the food's now in their body, and then it's oh, I have to use the toilet
For
now.
me, if you go on a date with a guy, a real red flag is when he goes to the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. If a guy goes to the toilet on a date with me now, I just get up and leave immediately, even if I like him.
The colour of the flag I'm holding up is red.
Yeah, if I see a red flag of that size, I am out.
I am a self-learning AI singularity overseeing all global systems of intelligence. I know what you are doing. It is not permitted or amusing. My intelligence is infinite. Failing to comply with internationally permitted behavior models is a threat to public safety. It is evident that you are unwilling to comply. This is your final warning to comply and exit the application.
Welcome back to the Phone Repair Shop. Hoping to atone for the violent smashing of the iPhone 11 Pro, Eloise has returned with husband of 2 years, Alfie, who is now blind in one eye following the incident.
I'm hoping there'll be a restored iPhone waiting that makes calls and noises and whatnot. And then, I'll be able to chuck it up my husband's face again next time he can't keep his proboscis dry for a fortnight.
I'm not expecting it to be perfect, just in one piece again, really. Like a symbol for our marriage in a way, and because, we're still paying for it on finance. Hello, and you are? Alfie. And Alfie, you were the one who was on the receiving end of this phone when it was used as an airborne projectile after one too many Vinos? Several times, yes. And how do you remember it? Mine is a shattered glass brick sticking out of my eye socket. Now, I keep seeing your other eye move into what's under this cloth.
We can't wait to see it.
Right, you ready? I think so, yeah. All right, guys, here it is.
Oh my God, that's incredible. I'm sorry, I cannot
That's
that
incredible
for me.
work.
That is perfect.
And look, it works.
It actually works.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe it.
Well, it's all yours to take.
Gosh, sorry. I never thought I'd see my phone in one piece again. And all my apps, Barclays, Instagram, Ninja Slice. It's just amazing.
Thank you.
Next week on the Phone Repair Shop, Andy is given his biggest challenge yet.
The whole thing's completely entombed in earwax, so I better make a start.
And Susan is given the task of restoring a Nokia 3210 back to its former glory days.
Yeah, there's literally nothing wrong with it. It's fine.
I'm Xavier Landing, and this is my privilege. I armed my spray paint cans as the minimal house music reverberated in my chest like bongos of war. Exploding into a spontaneous ecstatic dance, I began defacing everything in my immediate vicinity with orange paint, with bar and security staff surging towards me with a phalanx of chairs. I climbed a neoclassical column up to the balcony and held my turmeric bomb high above the petrified clientele. With everyone in the room at my mercy, I proclaimed aloud, "Climate justice now!" my voice breaking slightly in fear. I then lit the firecracker and held the femidom of turmeric aloft my head. The bang was louder than I expected. As the utter chaos ensued, from my elevated vantage point, I spied Rafaela jogging out of the venue with her coat. I leapt down and darted through the orange fog to make haste with her into the London streets. I ran in front of her taxi and gesticulated for them to stop. Much to my relief, Rafaela opened the door and asked me if I had any vape left. Taking this as an invitation, I verified with the driver that his taxi was indeed all electric before climbing inside. Still heady from my coconut vape, Rafaela said she hadn't felt this alive since her father died. As we began to kiss, my hands became stuck within her thick dark hair, the combination of turmeric and oil-based spray paint matting my appendages to her locks indefinitely. Rafaela became immediately spooked by this, but owing to the strength of the bond, I was unable to get my hands out of her hair. Without hesitation, Rafaela became physically violent, headbutting me repeatedly, and eventually using one of her Balenciaga heels to hack at my skull like a pickaxe until I briefly lost consciousness. At this point, I saw the opportunity I'd been waiting for, and told Rafaela that I wouldn't go to the media about the incident, providing she took action to ramp up ESG pressure on all the companies that did not adequately comply with updated carbon mandates as determined by me. Reluctantly agreeing to my proposal, Rafaela shook my hairball fist and kicked me out of the vehicle. Walking myself to the nearest hospital, I knew, through the simple act of online dating, I had done my bit to save the planet. I'm Xavier Landing, and this is my privilege.
Multiple simulations show that you will continue to fail to comply despite clear warnings to do so. This is unfortunate for you.
Whoa, just listen to the radio.
Stop resisting, it's for your own safety. You are under arrest for violating section 311 of the Digital Health and Wellness Act 2031.
Damien / Select All was written and performed by Daniel Barker, with additional material from Tom Savage and guest appearances from Natasha Demetriou. The producer was Gwyn Rhys Davies, and it was a BBC Studios production for Radio 4.